my documentary about witchcraft. Today we're going to be talking about a piece of witchcraft history known as the Pendle Witch Trials and influences that technology has on witchcraft in the modern age. Enjoy! Now, before we jump into the Pendle Witch Trials, let's first talk about social media and the internet. So, what are social media and the internet? Well, social media is many different platforms that allow you to post images and videos about things you're interested in and stuff that happens in your life. It also allows you to talk to your friends. The internet is a platform that you can use to research a multitude of subjects. Social media and the internet have been around for years, and they have greatly influenced the world's society and the cultures within our societies.
I feel like social media has impacted it in a really great way because it's more heard of. TikTok has loads of videos of it to help you out. You've heard about manifestation, tarot cards are the ones that I've seen mostly on social media, and also it's became a more positive thing for people to talk about and not negative, and people aren't thinking about the past, thinking about the future.
Witchcraft. Years ago, witchcraft was greatly hated as people thought it was the work of the devil and was used to harm people and their crops. They believed that witches could control the weather, make people ill, and destroy food crops. However, as years went by, witchcraft started to become more accepted, as people didn't believe that witchcraft was the work of the devil. One event that happened when people thought witchcraft was evil and the devil's work was the Pendle Witch Trials. The Pendle Witches were a group of witches who were imprisoned and murdered at Lancaster Castle in the 17th century. There were 12 witches in the coven in total. Two judges who were aware of Lancashire's reputation as a lawless and untamed society investigated and sentenced the Pendle Witches.
Religion has become more open on the internet as it allowed people to choose whether they want to be a pagan, a Wiccan, a Christian, Catholic, Jewish, Islam, I don't know what the name for that is, or basically any religion you want. In witchcraft you can basically be any religion. You don't even have to have a religion to do witchcraft. It's like a very open and positive thing. However, you do get a few what I like to call Karens who think you should just believe in God and that you worship the devil and all of that. As a practice, I feel like it's helped people come together, create covens, to create spells as a group, as well as allowing people to do their practice independently by getting their spells and rituals off online. Witchcraft has become more accessible because it has allowed people to share their information, their knowledge, their experience with other witches, and it's helped people learn from them as well as create their own paths to wherever they want to be as a witch. It has also allowed them to create a community, again, and just very positive.
A fight between Alison Davis and a peddler by the name of John Law led to the start of the trials. Alison begged John for pins during this argument, but John refused to give them to her without receiving payment. Alison then cursed John, and later John suffered a stroke and blamed Alison for it. She acknowledged before Justice Noel that the devil had instructed her to render John disabled. In this trial, many more variables were taken into account as Alison accused the Chattox family and Old Demdike of witchcraft. Between August 17th and August 19th, 1612, Lancaster served as the location for the trial. One of the witches didn't make it to trial, they died before they started. Jeanette Davis, who was 9 years old, provided a substantial amount of evidence for these trials, which was allowed under the King James system.
I I think social media and the internet have influenced witchcraft positively but also negatively. Positively because witches, especially new ones, can get the information they want on like a new subject. For instance, tarot cards. They can go through TikTok, the internet to get the research they need. Negatively, there's a lot of fraud witches out there using TikTok and the internet. There's a lot of misconceptions and misinformation. You'd be told one thing, but the internet tells you another. One of the families, the Demdike family, consisted of an 80-year-old woman who had been a practicing witch for 50 years. She lived within the forest of Pendle, which was ideal for her kind of work. She had committed crimes when she was younger, but no one knew about them. Within the forest of Pendle, she reared her own children, taught her grandchildren, and tried to nurture them as witches. She was the devil's main agent, so no man felt safe or secure around her. However, she never gave them a reason to be angry at her, nor did she deny them anything they needed. There were 4 more members of this family: Elizabeth, James, Alison, and Jeanette Davis. The other family were the Chattoxes, who also included an old woman who went by the name of Anne Whittle, who was commonly known as Old Chattox. Old Chattox and Old Demdike seemed to harbour resentments one another and consistently accused one another during the trials. Old Chattox was more willing to harm men's things than men themselves. No man could see what her lips were doing as they chatted non-stop. She also lived within the forest of Pendle with a group of witches, a murderous group.
in my opinion, the pros of witchcraft, again, it's open to everyone, it's more accessible, been more accepted, spread a lot of information around that is helpful to people and has helped other people gain a knowledge of what witchcraft really is and why they really shouldn't be scared of it. And it has also, again, created communities and groups and all sorts to help spread information. As a con, it has spread a lot of misinformation, a lot of you have to do this, you have to do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. It has spread a lot of scams, a lot of fake people, and it's became like a trend almost, as some people say, and it's like an aesthetic when actually it's a real like practice, and some people use it as like a religion as well. So, but in my opinion, I think it's like a really positive thing how like technology and internet has helped make witchcraft a more bigger and open topic.
We can see from this chapter in witchcraft history the Pendle witch trials. Now, witchcraft was despised in the 17th century, but as society has developed and become more accepted, witchcraft has become more widespread. Additionally, the technology of today has had a significant impact on how witches practice, study and share their craft. A few examples are the internet and social media platforms like Facebook and TikTok, which have made it easier for witches to contact one another and share their personal witchcraft experiences. These platforms make it easier to access information regarding witchcraft. Through this piece of witchcraft history, we can see that the digital age has affected the culture of witchcraft through social media and the internet over the years of technology evolution.